Good morning, Kirsty. We are on location, KWM on location for the final lockdown fitness. So I'm out and about. I'm at an event venue in Woodmancote, which is near Cowfold, and they contacted me and said, would you like to come down and do your fitness on the last one with the lake behind you? And it is just beautiful. The sun's come out, daffodils are all coming out, and there's a beautiful lake, and there's loads of wildlife behind it. There's some geese just waddled across. And when I came down and tested it yesterday, there was some deer walking around. So it's just beautiful. It's been a great morning. And this is our last lockdown fitness as the measures are being eased. And so we are going to stretch our way into Saturday today. We've done most of these stretches over the last 3 months. I can't believe we've been doing this since January. But we're going to do those stretches and just ease away the stress and the strain from that's occurred during the week. So you need a few things. Have you got a suitable space to work in? Have you got a suitable floor? Have you got the correct footwear? If you're at home on carpet, then you can do it in bare feet if that's how you would normally do it. If you want to wear your trainers, that's absolutely fine. Flip-flops are not a good idea, as are fancy dress shoes, but that should go without saying. And suitable loose clothing, so you're not too restricted. Good attitude. You need your brain to work with you, and you need your water. And they're the things that you need. If you do have any injuries, health concerns or conditions, or you think, oh, my shoulder's a bit niggly this week, maybe just leave it for this week, get yourself checked out. And all these videos are on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and do them at any time. That's the point of my group, which is called Help Yourself, because you help yourself to free information, advice, top tips, and you're helping yourself to become the better you, the person that you want to be. So that's my group. If you want to join that, just message me and I'll let you in. So let's get on with some stretches. Now, excuse me drinking out of the bottle. A quick swig of water. Jacket's coming off. At least this week, it won't get run away with by the puppy like it did last week. Might blow away in the wind. And I hope that you can hear everything. Anybody that's coming on, good morning. Thank you for joining me. If you're on catch up, let me have your comments and your messages. So we're just going to start with a little bit of mobility. We're just going to roll the shoulders, and we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So just rolling them out, opening out the collarbones. It's beautiful down here. It's a lovely morning. I've already been out with the dogs, had a long walk with them. There we go. And then just a couple the other way, just to warm those shoulder joints up. There we go. And then we're going to twist from the hips, arms up, twist to one side, back to center, twist, center, twist, center, twist. One more time. Good. Now get those hips moving. So just circle the hips nice and slowly, big circles, keeping the pelvis in neutral, which means that it's balanced. It's not tipping forward and it's not tipping backwards. Let's go the other way. How you doing? So great to be outdoors. There we go. Now, down to the ankles. Really important for riders to have flexible ankles. Hopefully you can see this. Point your toes down, point them up. You just do it on the floor, point, and just work through your ankles. Up onto your toe, push the heel down. Couple more. And then we're going to circle the ankle. 1, 2, 3. Other way. Because we need everything to be as balanced and symmetrical as we can. Body's not perfect. Nobody ever is. Circle. And then circle the other way. If you need to balance, you can hold on to something. That's absolutely fine. Okay, let's start gently with the head. We're going to turn. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. And then back to center. Look over my left shoulder. Over the right. Over the left. Now I'm going to drop my right ear down to my right shoulder. And I'm going to push my left hand down towards the floor. And that increases the stretch down the side of the neck. So if you've been sitting for too long, at your computer, or you've had your head on an angle, or you've slept funny overnight, really good way to stretch it out. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Gently, almost the weight of your hand just helps to bring your ear down towards your shoulder. Push the right hand towards the floor. Make sure that you're not bringing the shoulder up to meet the ear. It's the ear coming down to the shoulder. There we go, good. Okay, now, take the arm across the body. This is why we did those shoulder circles, just to warm it up. So we're stretching from here all the way through. We're just holding for a few seconds. You can do this, you know, for longer. You could hold them for up to 30 seconds if you wanted to, if you're nice and warm. Just make sure that you've been on the go for a while, or you've done a little bit of a warm up first. There we go. Now we're going to take the arm up. We're going to stretch through the side of the body. Breathe in, lift the rib cage, drop over to the side. So my left hand's coming down towards my left knee. I'm stretching all through this side of my body, all the way down. And breathe whilst you're here. Try and stay relaxed. If you are rigid, your muscles won't stretch. So reach up, breathe in, lift, over you go. And it's a nice fluid movement, not forcing it. And then come back up again. We're going to do that one more time. So lift, exhale, and you might go a bit further this time, and that's absolutely fine. But work towards your levels, where you're comfortable. Never compare yourself to anyone else. You don't know what they're working for. You don't know their background. It's all about you. And that's part of my ethos, is to break down barriers to fitness. Okay, I'm going to use my yoga strap for this. And we're going to stretch out the triceps down the back of the arm. So I take the strap behind and I pull down. My left hand comes and pull down towards the ground so that my right elbow comes further up. Hopefully you can see all that. I go here. So my right elbow is going up to the sky. Just for a few more seconds. And relax. Big exhale. Get rid of all that stress. Brilliant. How are you doing? We're going on the other side. So, get that out of the way. Okay. You might find that you can't go all the way up. That's absolutely fine. Just work to where you can. Okay. And as you do it, you will get better and you will become more flexible and the muscles will ease out. So now I'm stretching my left tricep at the back of the arm, and that's responsible for pushing motions. So if you're on the yard and you're pushing a wheelbarrow, you need your triceps for that job. If you're in the gym and you're doing chest press and you're doing press ups, you need your triceps for those exercises. Big deep breath in, let it all out, and a little bit of an extra pull. If you don't have a strap, you can use a jacket because you can use the sleeve in the same way. If you don't have anything, you can just do it with your hand, push from the front. My hand comes down my back and you just stretch that way. Now, I'm doing all these stretches today for you. I'm doing them all standing up. Some of them you could do sitting down if you wanted to, or you could do them lying down. But I'm just trying to prove that you don't need to have fancy places, gyms, etc. to do any of this stuff. You can do it at home. You can do it in the yard. You can do it in the stable. You can do it at work. You know, worst case scenario, you could shut yourself in the toilet for 5 minutes and go through a short routine whilst you're working. Okay, so that's pretty much the upper body done. We're going to move down to the legs. So we're going to take one leg behind, bring the heel up towards your bottom. As you do it, you want to try and keep your knees level, okay? And I'm pushing through from the hip, stretching down through this point. There's 4 muscles in the front of the thigh, and we're stretching those and stretching across the front of this this hip. Now you could, again, you can do it with the strap. Just be careful how you do it, that you don't get yourself in a pickle, like I'm about to. Okay, wrap it around your ankle. And then you can bring it up. You could do that with a towel. You could do it with the strap. Or you can do it with your hands. But again, just keeping those knees together, stretching through the front of the thigh. Just stretch out. Deep breath in. And exhale. And try and exhale for longer than you breathe in. There we go. Okay. So we're going to work on the side of the hips now. I'm going to take one leg, cross it over. So this is my right leg going over my left leg. And I'm pushing my hips to the right. So I'm turning myself, holding onto my arms. I'm turning myself into a banana. Okay, you can see how I'm curved all the way down the right side of my body. And by doing this, you're stretching through the outside of that hip, which can get a bit tight and sticky sometimes. Try not to twist the body as you do it. Step across. And you might find that that's enough and just push the hip out to the side a little bit. If you want to increase it, take the arm up and over, and I'm holding my wrist and pulling my arm. So I've still got that C curve, banana shape going on. Nice and relaxed. And if you put some relaxing music on in the background, and you can work your way through it. Okay, so we're going to work on the glutes. Take one leg across, and then just sit down a little bit. Now, I still have issues in this hip, so I can't go as far as I normally would, but I cross my leg, and then I just sit down a bit. You can see that my leg is bent. Oops. Now I'm getting stretch all through my bottom, okay? You can hold that for a lot longer. I can't hold it for as long as normal at the moment because there is an issue in there. This side, again, it's really good for your balance as well. What you could do is just hold on to something whilst you do it. Or alternatively, if you've got a flat surface like a wall, bring that knee up and just take it across the body a little bit. Not sure if you can see that. I'll go over here and do it as well. So I'd bring my knee up, bring it across my body. So my left knee is coming towards my right shoulder. And you still get that stretch through the glutes and through the outside of the hip. Back of the leg, hamstrings. Take one leg forward. Push your hips behind you and on the floor. And you feel this stretch up through the back of the thigh, the hamstrings. There's 3 muscles in the hamstrings. We need to stretch them out. And again, my spine is in neutral, so I'm not all hunched up. I've got my normal posture, looking ahead, belly button to the spine. Change sides. So my left leg comes forward. I sit back. I rest my hands on my right leg. And again, neutral spine, chest up, looking out. There you go. Okay, we're working down on the lower part of the leg now. Any comments? I will come back and answer them, I promise. I just can't quite see them from this distance. So the calves, how do we do that? We take a step behind and we have our body weight coming down through our hip, through that leg, into that back heel. And imagine you're pushing your back foot into the floor. Bend your front leg for stability. I've got a nice wide base. If I do it too narrow, I wobble about. So big step, bit of a bend. And again, neutral posture up here. That means our spine is in its natural position. And I'm just enjoying the countryside and the fresh air. If you're indoors, you might have, you could be watching the television, you could have music on. You could just be clearing your mind. Going on the other leg. Take the left foot back, push the left heel into the floor, bend the right front leg a little bit. You should be able to feel that in the back of your calf, bulky muscle just below the knee. Gets really tight. And when you get tight calves and the other muscles in the leg, that can lead to problems in the foot. And we neglect our feet, so we should look after them more. Okay, we're going to do another stretch for a muscle that runs underneath the calf muscle and comes down towards the heel. You want the same position, straight leg, weight into the heel, and then just bend this knee a little bit. And you'll feel the stretch further down, almost along the Achilles tendon. And again, just deep breaths. Just let go of everything. Forget about all the rubbish that's gone on this week. It's gone. You can't change it. Now is a new opportunity. So my weight's coming down my left leg, into my left heel, bend that left knee slightly, and I can feel the stretch further down. Only focus on what you can. You waste so much energy and basically contribute to too many wrinkles when we have no control over it whatsoever. So let it go. Now, with the feet, just want you to push your toes into the floor as if you were coming up on tiptoes and stretch through underneath the sole of your foot. If you've got bare feet, it's really a lot easier to do it. You'll feel more stretch. You might go into that stretch position and go, oh, that feels a bit tight. Okay, don't worry. Just come back a little bit, take the stretch off. So I'm pushing my toes into the floor, feeling that stretch through under the arch of my foot. Great. Got one more to do. Stretch the upper back. If you've got a strap, you can use the strap. I'm going to wrap it around this pillar. I know it takes my weight. Make sure if you are going to do this, that it's safe to do it and it's not going to move in any way. So hold on to your strap, sit back, stretch through across those shoulder blades. Lovely stretch for the back. Also gets under the arm a little bit. You could, if I hold on to the pillar, I'll go back over here. Hold on to the pillar, sit back, and stretch and round across the back through those shoulder blades. Okay, really good for stretching across here. And then just to balance it off, stretch across the chest. So I'm taking my hands behind, or you can place them in the small of your back. But the objective is to open out across these collarbones. You could have your arms up, you could have them out, whatever you want to do. And then finally, we're going to do a full body stretch. Take the arms up, stretch up. I'm just leaning back just a couple of degrees. I'm not going all the way back, but just a little bit to get a bit of extra stretch through my abs. You're done. Head to toe, stretching, Saturday, easing yourself into the weekend. Apologies if it chops off my head at any point, but hopefully you can work with those. So make sure that you're warm before you start doing these stretches. Work to your comfort level. You should feel a bit of tension in the muscle, and then that tension should go, okay? And then you know you've got an effective stretch. If you go into a stretch position and you think, ouch, come out of the stretch position, okay? You've gone too far, or your body is telling you that you need to get something checked out, okay? And you can do these stretches for up to about 30 seconds, depending on how you feel, okay? So I hope they've been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. My thanks to the venue at Woodman Co. It's been fantastic being down here, and I'll maybe have a word with them and see if we can do a couple more during the summer. If you want the chance to win one of these yoga straps. I am giving one away in April. All you need to do is be in my Help Yourself group, and I need your email address, and I will do another spin the wheel prize draw. With a bit of luck, my friend Andre might come and spin the wheel for me again, like she did last time. And I'm giving away one of these. Okay, so if you want to do that, just make sure you're in my Help Yourself group, and you'll be automatically entered into the prize draw. So that's it from me for this week. That's it for Lockdown Fitness. I hope you've enjoyed them and you found them useful. I'd love to hear from you and your comments. Pop them in, even if you're on catch up. If you're watching this in 6 months' time, it still makes my heart sing that somebody is getting the use of it. So get in touch if you want any more information. Take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you very soon.